Women. Are you wasting your best years on the worst men? Has the dating and sexual marketplace become a toxic swamp of normalized promiscuity? I had to be in the 6th grade when I first heard the old adage, "You wouldn't buy a pair of shoes without trying them on first, would you?" So why would you marry someone without having sex with them first? Blew my young 6th grade mind. I guess I was a naive little child, as the world has since shown me that many people take this analogy to heart. People around the world trying on sexual partners like shoes, a flea market of unbridled sex, yet fewer marriages, more STDs, more unwanted pregnancies, and more fatherless children than you can shake a stick at. The world told you, particularly in your younger years, to sleep around to find yourself, to date casually without purpose and intention, have multiple sex partners to decide what you like and what you don't like, to live free and enjoy life before settling down, even to craft mating preferences for men who only exist in 1% of the world. To this end, a woman's young adult years have become an exercise in momentary happiness, wild debauchery, fleeting exhilaration, self-sabotage, brokenness, and lingering trauma, haunting every future relationship. But that's not the end of the story for women. So, here are my 3 pillars of set-apart decision-making to flee the hoe phase marketplace and maximize women's highest potential as daughters, sisters, aunties, wives, and mothers. Pillar number 1, common sense. Don't waste your best years on the worst men. Your vagina is not a pair of shoes to be tried on and fitted for man's leisure. Casual sexual partners lead to likelihood of unwanted pregnancies, abortions, fatherless children, incurable STTs, physical and emotional trauma, and inability to pair bonding with your future desired mate. Pillar number 2, research data. Multiple casual sexual partners are destructive to pair bonding, leads to a decrease in neurochemical production, and interferes with what is called pair bonding, finding and keeping a mate. Repeated sexual encounters with multiple partners rewires the brain. When an individual chooses to engage in casual sex, breaking bond after bond with each new sexual partner, the brain forms a new synaptic map. This pattern becomes the new normal for the individual. When the individual later desires to find a permanent partner, the brain mapping will have to be overcome, making a permanent bond more difficult to achieve. Pillar number 3, the words of the Most High God. From the book of 1 Corinthians, flee from sexual immorality. Every other sin a person commits is outside the body, but the sexually immoral person sins against his own body. Or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own, for you were bought with a price. So glorify God in your body. But because of the temptation to sexual immorality, each man should have his own wife and each woman her own husband. When all 3 pillars align and agree, they form vigorous structures of confirmation. When common sense speaks it, when research data proves it, when the Most High God commands it, then, with prayer, our decisions are sealed. All that's left is for us to exhibit the courage and audacity to simply do what needs to be done. Happiness be damned. Women, don't add your one and only precious vagina to an already flooded and falling sexual marketplace. Get the book. Fuck your happiness. Simply do what needs to be done and start living a set-apart, distinguished life.